Okay, hello Aries, and welcome to your extended April 4th through the 11th, April 11th reading. I, of course, am Rachel Stebbins Navy, aka Villagio Strega, for those of you who would like to follow me on Facebook or message me there for more personal, in-depth reading about a challenge or situation in your life you'd like more guidance, support, or clarity on. Aries, I'm doing the 3-card spreads for you guys, clarifying that up some more, and then of course pulling an oracle card. The oracle cards I'm using this time around is the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed, and I am of course using the Tarot of the Divine deck here for your reading. So 3 cards out here, Aries, and then we'll take a look at the bottom of the deck. Your first 3 cards out. Let me just move my smudging stuff too. First 3 cards out, it's looking like the Chariot card energy for your challenge, your situation or your challenge this week, the Hanged Man energy for your advice, and the Queen of Swords energy for your potential outcome. Now, the Chariot card energy, as we recall here, is a victory of sorts. It's a success that's happening. But that's your challenge, perhaps, is to recognize it, because this kind of success, yes, it comes with a balance, a harmony in it all, a blessing of balance in it all. But this rider here, this driver of this chariot, takes a moment to pause and reflect on what it takes to get them to that point of success, how that win happened. So for many of you, Aries, this week will be about reflection, counting your blessings, of course, and just kind of like weighing the pros and cons of how you came to be where you're going to be at this week. The advice is, okay, well, it may be time for a spiritual awakening, of course, but it's a spiritual awakening, not that you're necessarily setting the course for, but that the divine kind of stands in and says, okay, you can do nothing right now. Your hands are going to be tied. There's this moment of pause you have to take. Again, moment of pause seems to be the bigger key words here for this week. Having that moment of pause, that time for reflection, and moving into that spiritual awakening. Recognize, Aries, that Hanged Man energy is not a self-induced state. While it may be things that lead up to it that may seem self-induced, this is truly the divine stepping in and saying, hey, wait a minute, you're not going any further until we reflect on this, until you change your perception on something, and you become illuminated on a topic or a matter. Again, there's going to be some sort of success, but you're going to count your blessings, reflect on it, and it's going to lead you to this authentic place of illumination, of change in perception, is really what you're being called to do. And with that is how your spiritual awakening develops, as it were. Potential outcome, we have the Queen of Swords. Now, she's no stranger to grief and sorrow. She's seen her share of things. That's why she has the cool temperament she does. But with her comes a lot of wisdom. With her comes a lot of intellect, a lot of knowledge, a lot of understanding, because she's seen so many. Like, there's heads on posts in the background, even in this depiction of her. She's seen her share of war. She's seen her share of drama. And she's learned to think quick, act fast. But by the same token, she's also one who strategizes well, who comes up with the plans to nurture the thoughts or ideas. And while she may be also the card of tough love, both with ourselves and with others, she does have an understanding side to her. She's not always a cruel and cold individual by any means, though she can go Red Queen. She's this way because she needs more nurturing. She needs more compassion in her life. And for her, If you're going with her, going to her seeking counsel, or you're going to her for advice, be very clear in your intentions. She's also a significator, to be very clear in your intentions and where you're going from here. So this week is the potential outcome is about clear intentions. Again, changing that perception, reflecting, taking time to reflect. You're going to have no choice in the matter anyways. It's your moment of pause. So that way you can bring things back into balance. It's not always rosy. It's not always an easy task, but is what the Queen of Swords is there to remind you of. But it's there nonetheless. It's something, an energy you got to work with. Seven of Cups is at the bottom. Some of you could be feeling very overwhelmed this week because of so many emotional things going on, perhaps so many emotional options, Aries, for you to choose from, that it can be a little bit confusing. This is also someone who may be dreaming so big at all their potentials, at all their things that they think could emotionally satisfy them. They lose touch with reality a little bit. So just be mindful of that for some of you in your environment. You also get the Judgment card energy. Judgment, of course, I just want to peek at the jog, is about transformation, right? Chariot card energy, by the way, is Jupiter. No, excuse me, that's Wheel of Fortune. Chariot card is Cancer energy, keeping with tradition, for those of you who want to know the Major Arcana's association, whereas Judgment is the transformation of Pluto energy. So this is how the judgment we do to ourselves, or how we judge others in circumstances. But it's kind of like facing the reality of being our own worst critic at times here, Aries. So this too is an energy you're going to want to be mindful of. And I got a feeling it has more to do with this Hanged Man scenario. You having that moment of pause and reflection, changing your perception on something, letting go of self-critical thoughts. Nine of Cups energy is out too. This is the card of wish fulfillment, right? This is the card of illusions, yes, but it's the overflow of abundance, of emotional satisfaction, to the point where you can ask for more. If there's some areas out there that are seeking a relationship, while you may take time to think about things, it is indicating that there may be some romance for some of you on the horizon, that there is an individual in your life that is available to you, and it's either up to you or kind of pending on the situation here this week to give that person a nudge, like you're interested back. It's your chance to accept and receive more. Got Queen of Pentacles coming out. She is stable, nurturing, grounded, practical-minded. She's a nurturer. She surrounds herself with abundance, not just financially, but she's someone who really prefers to be out in nature, surrounded by creature comfort, as it were. Yet she's focused. She doesn't waste time. She knows when to plant her crop. She knows when to gather her, or harvest, as it were. But very practical, very grounded, and sometimes cautious too. She can be a bit cautious at times. Ace of Swords energy is also out for you guys. Ace of Swords is where the divine comes in to clear things up. Again, this Hanged Man energy is you changing your perspective, because you're having an awakening of sorts where the divine is going to help clear things up mentally for you. This knot is being cut free, as it were. It's kind of like a knot that you can't break unless you cut the ties to it, right? So this could be symbolizing a time in your life, especially this week, where maybe things were a little bit confusing for you. Again, we have that Seven of Cups out, and you needed some clarity. You needed some guidance. Maybe you even needed some tough love energy here to kind of help make decisions from that point forward. Swords are also decisions as much as they are ideas, thoughts, and emotions. So Divine's helping you out a little bit to clear things up. One more, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, not surprised to see the Wheel of Fortune out at all. Wheel of Fortune, of course, is Jupiter energy, which is about expansion. So as you find yourself resting, as you find yourself being introspective and thoughtful, and like you know, I recognize I'm blessed to be where I'm at currently in my life. And again, there may be some tough love energy around you. Luck is on your side. The timing is right in a situation this week. Maybe it's in regards to love, but it's only after this moment of pause and letting go of self-judgments, really, that this energy is present when it comes to love. And the Wheel of Fortune is signifying that, okay, not only take a moment to, again, to be grateful and sit with gratitude for a little while, but recognize that the timing is right on a situation. Perhaps after this clarity comes in, maybe even a little bit of finance. Okay, let's see. I think we're going to clear some more of this up here, Aries. See what else Spirit wants you to know. What messages do you have for Aries? Thank you. Okay, the tribe. So there may be, pardon me, there may be, Aries, for some of you, it's about family dynamics or about who your tribe really is. Is it friends more than family? Is it like-minded individuals? You know, if you're kind of a traveler mindset or a wanderlust mindset, is it those you meet along the way that you consider your tribe? So this time of reflection is really about how do you connect with others? Where do you feel is your home? Now, your awakening of sorts, your decision making, having that clarity in a situation, and again, recognizing to be grateful this week, may have more to do with your own energy and like where you fit into the tribe or how you feel you fit into the tribe. Maybe some of you don't. Aries, maybe some of you feel like, okay, you're standing alone. But this card is here to remind you that while your own unique energy may make you feel isolated at times, that is a judgment or criticism you give yourself, because there is a place to gather for you. There is like-minded, there is inviting individuals that do want to invite you into their tribe as much as you creating and having your own. I'm going to pull two more here for you, Aries. See what else Spirit wants you to know. What messages is there for Aries, please? There we go. Deeper knowing. Yeah, this is falling over the Hanged Man energy too here, because I based these three cards off of the first three. So deeper knowing is here. Deeper knowing, of course, is what it is. It's going inward. It's having, again, reflection. It's kind of seeing beyond what's before your eyes or what you're hearing. It's using that intuition and allowing intuition to guide you. And it is a change in perspective, because it's a perspective that's not coming from outside influences per se, but rather what we know within ourselves. So again, it may be a reflection, or it may be time this week to really consider not only who you are, what you have to be grateful for, but where you fit in, where is your tribe, and you knowing best. Right? You need this change of perspective, yes. But you know where you belong and where you don't belong is what this is indicating. So who do you call your tribe, and what's your intuition telling you? One more, please, for Aries. Okay. Nope. One more, please, for Aries. What messages do we have for Aries, please? There it is. This is where that tough love queen comes in here, Aries. It's time to go, right? Going back to that tribe feeling, that deeper knowing. When it's time to go, it's time to go. It's really as simple as that. It's the letting go process. It's saying, it's kind of like an Eight of Cups energy. It's kind of like, okay, you know, it's nice when you have what you need around you, but if you're always feeling like something is lacking, Aries, if you always feel like there's a void of sorts. And maybe that you don't have this tribe, or maybe you recognize you have another tribe to go to, another place to call home, another place of family and friends where you belong. Then, yeah, you know, it's time to start making those plans. It's time to go. The finance and the stability you seek, and that little stroke of luck, let me just pick these up, are on their way, if they're not here already for you, Aries. What you need to achieve this goal, right, is on its way for you, is marked, and you're manifesting it. You're like, okay, I got to change my surroundings. I got to change my perspective. Or maybe it's not even changing your surroundings. Maybe it's just like recognizing the circle you're within, or the box you may have created for yourself, is why you feel like, okay, it's time to leave that comfort zone. It is time to reflect. Nonetheless, it's time to have that awakening and really dig deep and say, okay, this is what I know about myself. This is what I have to let go of in order to achieve this victory, this success, this wholeness is what I'm really picking up, is an Aries energy who wants wholeness in their life. This is the time, this is the week you're going to be reviewing all this, and you're not really going to have a choice in the matter. Again, that Hanged Man energy's out, so that way you're forced to do it. Okay, maybe it's a week off from work, maybe it's that last week of unemployment, who knows, where you realize, Aries, that there needs to be something more in your life, that there's a piece missing, and it's time to move forward. I'm going to pull one more card from you from the Medicine Cards deck here, and I will read it from the book, what we get for a response. And I really feel these animal totems are very insightful, as it is with their relatability, I would call it, their personifications, perhaps. Let's just give a listen and see what else Spirit wants you to know with these cards, Aries. And I promise my smiling face will be back soon, guys. For those of you who've been following me, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking it through for me. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Oops. It makes a difference as to how often I am here. I do really enjoy personal readings, though, Aries. I feel I connect, you know, as any reader would. Pardon me. I feel like connecting with you individually is super, super important, so that your message can be more individualized. But there's always something to take from any reading. There's always some sort of knowledge that can be gained. So that's why I say, you know, take what resonates and leave the rest. And let's just see what we get here. And if it's a blank one, it's up to our imagination, and I will re-pull. But it is squirrel energy. Squirrel. It's a squirrel. All right, let's see what we get for squirrel energy. I got a feeling it's something about gathering. Something about saving up. Let's take a look. Hi, Icarus. Icarus, the African gray, is wandering around the floor, and every once in a while I get a nibble on my toes. I'm like, just don't take it off. It is about gathering. Look at this. Squirrel, you have gathered nuts by the scorn, exactly predicting if you'll need more. Teach me to take no more than I need, trusting great mystery, the harvest, to the seed. Squirrel teaches you to plan ahead for the winter when there are trees are bare and the nuts have long since disappeared. Squirrel medicine can come in many forms, as this furry little creature is very diverse in nature. The erratic behavior of squirrel has been bested. Give me those. Been bested many a forlorn hunter, and it thus stands to reason that there are benefits to being able to circle a branch at lightning speed. In today's world of changing times and fortunes, it is the wise person who prepares for the future. Our prophecies have all spoken of the end of a millennium and the changes to come. Squirrel is a friendly medicine to have. In the light of possible future rainy days, its messages is to prepare, but not go to the nuts, or not to go nuts with it. Love yourself enough to gather the goods that will meet your needs in times of scarcity, even if that time never comes. If Squirrel has scurried into your cards today, it may be that you are being told to honor your future by readying yourself for change. The message could be to lighten your load if you have gathered too many things that do not serve you. These things can include thoughts, worries, pressures, stresses, or gadgets that have been broken for years. In understanding the balance involved, hi, buddy. In gathering, you need to look at the idea of circulating the stock of what you have gathered. This is like indication, like, call a thrift store, help unload things, give it to Goodwill, bring it to recycling, that sort of energy. Squirrel has another lesson which can aid you if you observed what is obvious, and which can prepare you for anything. It is to do with a safe place in which to put your gatherings. This safe place is an untroubled heart and mind, and that which is gathered to put in this place is wisdom and caring. The energies gathered will set your mind and heart free, so that you will know that all will be taken care of in its own time. Apply this to your fears about the future, and they will vanish. So it's cleaning up, it's tidying up things, it's preparing for the future, Aries. And indeed, like I said, your tribe, your deep knowing and letting go, I really feel are the key messages in this reading here for you guys, as well as the squirrel. I think the oracle cards this week are really the capstones here of your messages. So, as always, Aries, blessed be. I wish you well, and everybody have a happy, safe Easter.